what's the most painful thing you've been told?
That I can't do it. A few years ago, well, over 12 years ago, broke my neck. Doctors told me I'd never walk again. Kind of fooled me. Told me I'd be in a wheelchair the rest of my life. You'll never walk again. You can't do it. I'm doing it.
So what's the most painful thing you've been told?
When my dad texted me, "I'll love you until my last breath," and then he passed away a few months after. I learned that it's important to not take each moment for granted because you never know when it could be your last interaction with them.
The most painful thing I was told was that my own father told me that I was never his kid, and that I was just adopted, was never his kid, that my mom was with another guy, and that I was just never going to be nothing. I never do nothing in life. Yeah, it's the most painful thing I've been told.
The most painful thing that I've been told was if I were to pursue what you were pursuing, I would be more successful than you and I would make it before you because you're lazy and I'm more of a hard worker than you. But to be honest, it was the truth. At that time, I definitely was being lazy, but it was kind of like that tough love, but that woke me up like, no, you're right. I am being lazy, and if you did pursue what I'm doing, then you probably would because you do work hard. Maybe you're not as talented, but if you work harder than me, you probably would. So it woke me up and it kind of like ignited that fire, but that thing hurt. Like, it's still like, I still think about it to this day, like, ooh, I can't be that girl again. So yeah, that was one of the things I heard the most.
Most recently, I'd have to say, like, most painful thing that I've been told is that my cousin passed away. Me and him are about 2 months apart, and we grew up together, went to elementary school together, and it was just a bad storm. That night, I was also out that night, and I remember just kind of, noting how bad the storm was, being happy to make it home, and I wasn't kind of expecting the news that I got, that following day, or whenever I got the news. But yeah, so I don't know. For me, that kind of made me think a lot more about life, and kind of value it and understand that, like, because for like he was one of the best people that I've known. Like, just in terms of like being a really good person, like there's few people I can think of that are like more pure of a heart than him, and so that just kind of puts it into perspective that, like, just make sure that you kind of value the time that you do have and make sure that you do the most with it, because you don't necessarily know, one, like, how much time you have, and two, like, how many people you can impact just by being yourself, A lot of people get kind of caught up in doing stuff that everybody else does, and they end up robbing the world of, someone unique, the person that, they are meant to be, and that nobody else can be but them. And so, yeah, my name is Nick Brooks, and that's one of the most painful things that I've heard recently.
Honestly, I think the most painful thing that I've ever been told is just being called stupid, because I am dyslexic, and that was before I was diagnosed with dyslexia, and sometimes I feel like I didn't fit in or measure up to a lot of people in school, but like now I don't feel like that, definitely because of God, because of Jesus. He helped me so much with that, and I'm so grateful. But I just realized, and with God's help, that I can work hard and I can do anything. All things through Christ who strengthens me.
So what was the most painful thing that you've been told?
So we actually have a pretty similar story. Both of our parents for my mom and her dad were diagnosed with a really rare form of cancer. Only like 0.8%, 5% of the entire world is diagnosed with that very rare aggressive form of brain cancer.
And it's terminal.
And it's terminal. And so we both found out the same time of year, around Christmas time, but different years. I found out in 2017, my freshman year of college.
And mine was 2020.
And it's just really weird to have the same kind of painful experience because, again, only 0.5% of people in the world can relate to that kind of pain. And so when we first met each other, none of that even happened yet, and we became friends, and what do you know, you both experienced the same rare thing. But ultimately, I'm glad to have her, and
I feel like anyone assume that's painful. Being told that a loved one is gonna be gone soon is something hard to hear. So that's one of the ones I could think.
yeah, same here.
The most painful thing that I've been told is that I'm not girlfriend material. It's really painful because I feel like people have like preconceived notions about me, or like people are so quick to judge somebody based off of their looks, and they don't really get to know them beyond like surface level things. So to be told that without like the person knowing me was pretty hurtful.
But what's the most painful thing you've been told?
My dad called me a loser and said I was nothing. I kept going, I kept pushing, and I showed him like that I've been doing it on my own, you know. That I don't need nobody. I've been standing on my 2 feet. Like it's different when nobody's there and you're doing it alone. It's like it gives you like of course you gotta stay humble, you feel me? But it gives you like a sentimental feeling like, damn, I'm really doing it. You get me? So that's what I took from it. Like anybody that puts you down, and you just gotta take it and use it. Not like as an emotion to get sad about it. You feel me? Like you gotta take it in a good way, even though it sucks what they're saying. But you gotta use it like to keep you moving. Because every day is a memory. You got 24 hours, not even 24, because you sleep 8, and then you gotta work 8 and whatever time you got left. So you're not gonna be as young as you were yesterday. You feel me? So you gotta enjoy every day as it is and as it comes. But yeah.